Alan Hoover.
This is true. Hey, man.
Hey, man. Good morning. It's 8:32. Time now once again for news brought to you by Roger Hemming, LLC. Find Roger on the West Side 104 for all of your construction needs. And don't forget, he's now got overhead doors and fencing. Still got 43 degrees downtown. And once again, here's Bill.
Thanks, Steve. Good morning, everyone. A coalition of public schools is looking to grow its ranks as a lawsuit against the state moves closer to a trial date. The group, called Vouchers Hurt Ohio, is pushing to eliminate the EdChoice vouchers that allow students in designated public schools to attend participating private schools. The lawsuit said these vouchers hurt public schools as more and more people apply for them. Those who are pro-vouchers say it's about parents having the ability to choose where to send their child. Those against the vouchers say it's about separating church and state, and because the program isn't performing how it was promised. Vouchers Hurt Ohio is suing to eliminate the EdChoice voucher. Dozens of school districts have signed on, and the group is trying to get more on board. The lawsuit will go to trial this November. And in case you hadn't heard, Parrot Head Palooza takes place tonight at the Vern Rife Center for the Arts as regional band Wild Sun will kick off the show at 7:30 p.m. before giving way to the only Jimmy Buffett-endorsed tribute band, the Caribbean Chillers, who bring Buffett's music to Scioto County. One of the founders of the Chillers, Jason Webb, said Buffett's music has its own category.
That's true. You know, a lot of times when you go online and they're trying to put you into some kind of a group. What kind of a group are you? Well, it's not rock. It's not easy listening. It's whatever. And a lot of folks down here in Florida have coined the term tropical rock, and it's that, but it's more because he's such a fantastic storyteller.
Webb also said that Buffett's fans are truly appreciative that they are keeping Buffett's music alive.
Everywhere we go, people say, "Man, you look and sound just like Jimmy Buffett," and it's a great time. And we're sorry that he's gone, and we're sure glad you're still here. But we sure do miss that guy.
Hometown Broadcasting will be giving away free T-shirts as well as a free Daytona Beach vacation this evening. And Kentucky House Bill 378 has designated a new official state item. Charles Baglin reports on this latest legislation.
Since 1998, coal has been the Kentucky state mineral. But leaving no stone unturned for scientific accuracy, agate specialist and state representative Al Gentry of Louisville, who also holds a degree in geology, have unearthed new information. Because coal contains certain crystals, it can and should be classified as a rock, leaving Kentucky agate, the former state rock, in a hard place. So House Bill 378 amends the science faux pas by swapping positions. Coal, the new state rock, and agate, the new state mineral. Not so fast. Calcite slips in as the new state mineral.
There is no better mineral that is more Kentucky than calcite.
Representative Gentry explains.
Calcite comprises limestone, includes the Mammoth Cave System, largest cave system in the world. It also weathers to create the bluegrass region, which leads to the best horse farms in the world and the fastest thoroughbreds in the world. And it also contributes to bourbon.
So our old friend Kentucky agate, which was left with a pebble in its shoe, claims a new designation, the official Kentucky gemstone. So with coal the new official rock, calcite the designated mineral, and agate our state gemstone, House Bill 378 is now just a stone's throw away from becoming law. It awaits the governor's signature. Reporting at the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Charles Baglin.
And for Mix 99.3 News right here in Portsmouth, where the Caribbean Chillers are going to be, I'm Bill Shope.
Well, earlier this morning I did a little rant on it, but you weren't here, but I'm going to redo it about the fact that the holiday today is National Read a Roadmap Day. National Read a Roadmap Day. Now, go back to the days of maps. Remember?
Yes.
Before we had GPSs and Siri and
yes.
My dad, God love him, and I said this earlier this morning, he loved maps because he was an architect, right?
Okay.
So he would take me out when I was a small child. We'd go for rides in Shawnee Forest, and he'd go out there, and he had a map of Shawnee Forest. But as a small child, you got to realize there's a lot of roads out there.
Sure.
And they go nowhere. So he'd get in the middle of Shawnee Forest and decide he didn't know where he was. So he'd get this map out and had unfolded in the car, and I'm sitting there as a kid going, how are we going to get out of this place? And that was one of my early childhood experiences of total lost. I mean, where I would never be found again. But he'd go through the maps and he'd end up. But his end philosophy was, well, don't worry about it. These roads have to come out somewhere. So I said, okay. So if he couldn't find the way to get out, he would just take a road and we'd end up somewhere. But anyway, and then did you ever go on the family vacation with the triptych?
No, we didn't. We didn't go. We didn't go on a lot of family vacations,
man.
but I do remember going to a Reds game, or supposedly heading to a Reds game for the first time. And my father ended up somewhere in Dayton. So, yeah.
Well, the triptych, you got them from AAA.
Right.
And they were, if you were going to go, like, say, to Myrtle Beach, right? And they were going to give you all the fastest way and do what you've done. Never did the triptych work with my parents because they would end up arguing all the way from point A to where we were supposed to go over the triptych. It never worked. Yeah.
No,
me and my little sister would sit in the back and just sit there and hope that one of them didn't decide to get out and walk.
Maybe that was the plan from the beginning.
But today it is Read a Map Day, and we here at the Get Up and Go Show highly endorse it to try it, see if you can still do it.
Today is April 5th, Read a Roadmap Day. It's a day to shun GPS systems and find your way with a good old-fashioned roadmap. I don't have any road maps in the car. Oh, not to worry. Find me the nearest roadmap store.
Calculating.
Have a great Read a Roadmap Day.
Turn right in 3.5 miles.
Or just keep going until the road runs out. It has to go somewhere, right?
Or you end up in Dayton.
All right, man, good one. This one update brought to you this morning by Roger Hemming, LLC. Find Roger on the west side on 104. He's easy to find for your construction needs. And, of course, he also has overhead door and now fencing.
Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing has all kinds of garage doors in multiple sizes and colors for commercial and residential use and offers both sales and service. Fencing-wise, there's wood, vinyl, metal, and chain link. Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing can custom make gates and is the only company around that can install and service electrical gate openers. With a staff that has decades of combined experience with garage doors and fencing, contact Southern Ohio Overhead Doors and Fencing, 22115 State Route 73 West Portsmouth at Roger Hemming Contractors, LLC. Phone 740-529-0133.
And good morning downtown, 43 degrees in ONN.
This is ONN.
I'm Jay Fox on the Ohio News Network. A Columbus man who was a longtime treasurer for political candidates is now facing charges for stealing nearly $1 million in campaign funds. More from Yolanda Harris of ONN affiliate WBNS TV.
76-year-old William Curlis was a campaign treasurer for more than 100 candidates since the 1980s. Court documents say he defrauded candidates from 2008 to 2023. He's charged with wire fraud and could face up to 20 years in prison.
Trying to navigate the justice system without resources and advocates can be difficult for victims of crimes. Dan Cummins of ONN affiliate WTOL TV in Toledo explains some legal officials are trying to help.
700 of our nation's chief prosecutors from all different political parties have come together to agree on one cause: that victims of crimes deserve support. The prosecutors have written a letter calling on Congress to replenish funding for victim services. In 2015, Lucas County was awarded more than $319,000 for victim services. In 2024, that funding has declined to $140,000. The director of victim services says the goal should be to expand to put victim services in schools and spread throughout the community.
Buckeyes everywhere are mourning the loss of John Hatkenhorst, the man who arranged the tune Hang On Sloopy for the Ohio State University Marching Band in 1965. Hatkenhorst was 85. For the Ohio News Network, I'm Jay Fox. We play.
Aw. We may have to play that.
Man.
You think?
I hear a little OHIO in my head.
OHIO. Yeah. You know the whole story behind that, don't you?
I don't know if I know the complete story. I know the band that sang the song, they're originally from Ohio, Columbus,
Well,
right?
yeah, that's Hang On Sloopy, but no, they weren't allowed, the marching band, to play popular music.
Oh, no, I don't know this story.
No, but back in the 60s, but they would do it, at practice, but they weren't allowed to do it at the stadium.
Okay.
So anyway, I can't remember what game it was, but the Buckeyes were down, and the gentleman they were just talking about, And I mean, the Buckeyes were down. 3 touchdowns, something like that.
They were left for dead.
Yeah. And so he decided to go ahead and let the band do Hang On Sloopy.
Do it.
And they did, and the Buckeyes came back and won.
And it became a staple from there on after.
Yeah.
Wow. Now it's in my head. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum,
Yeah.
ba-dum.
Well, I think in honor of that, we'll have to. For those of you out there, I will play Hang On Sloopy in just a minute. How's that?
That is very good. That is very good.
They weren't allowed to play popular music at all, and that was a huge thing. And then by breaking the law and doing that, I think it got watered down a little bit, the punishment, because the Buckeyes won. And then it just became a myth. It just became
it got bigger than life.
Urban lore that if you play Hang On Sloopy, they're going to win.
Not Urban Meyer lore, just the urban legend.
Urban legend, yeah.
My claim to fame with the Ohio State Marching Band is I actually was in attendance the last time they did the Neutron Dance by the Pointer Sisters. Because remember, they had the big guy, the Neutron Man?
Yeah.
And he would have that really crazy dance, and they would always put him on the Jumbotron, and he'd be on TV. And, he sadly later passed. I mean, he was kind of a celebrity because of that. And they had his family there. He had already passed at the time, and they did the final Neutron Dance. And when I found out they were going to come out with another Beverly Hills Cop, I wondered, could we perhaps see a resurgence of the Neutron Dance? I mean, I thought about putting in an application. I'm a little hefty right now. Maybe I could become the new Neutron Man.
There you go.
Yeah, my wife, though, actually, her grandfather was Bob McCoy, who was a longtime marching band director at Wheelersburg, Portsmouth. I believe he was at East for a little while. He had a family member that did a lot with the Ohio State Band. So, yeah, pretty cool.
It was the McCoys that did Hang On Sloopy.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any relation there, but I might need to dive deep into that.
It's all kind of coming together.
My wife could have some inheritance coming her way that we don't know about.
All right. Right now, we got other sports, but I will play Hang On Sloopy in his honor coming up. Right now, here's Chuck.
Yeah, with the Cincinnati Reds had yesterday off, they'll get back into action tonight, hosting the New York Mets for a 3-game set in the Queen City. You can hear this evening's contest from Great American Ballpark on Fox Sports with AM 1260 and 95.7 FM. Coverage will start at 6:10, leading up to the 6:40 first pitch. Hunter Green will be on the mound for Cincinnati. The Mets will counter with Jose Quintana. Cincinnati enters this series 4-2. The Mets are 1-5. You can hear all the games this weekend on AM 1260 and 95.7 FM. Tomorrow's will start at 4:10, and Sunday's game will begin at 1:40. Yesterday in the American League, the Guardians doubled up on the Twins 4-2. In men's college basketball, the NIT championship game was played last night. Seton Hall defeated Indiana State 79-77. The NCAA tournament resumes this weekend. The men's Final Four will be tomorrow. The first game will have Purdue playing NC State. It will tip at 6:09, and then at 8:49, UConn will go up against Alabama. The women's Final Four will be tonight. NC State will take on South Carolina in the first game at 7. Then at 9 o'clock, Caitlin Clark's Iowa Hawkeyes will go up against UConn. Tomorrow in the NBA, the Cavaliers will visit the Lakers for a 3:30 tip. Last night in the NHL, the Blue Jackets fell to the Islanders 4-2. The NASCAR Cup Series will race at Martinsville on Sunday. The green flag will fly at 3. And high school sports fans, be sure to tune in to the Saturday Morning Sports Line tomorrow morning starting at 9 o'clock. Your Portsmouth Insurance sports time is 8:45. Portsmouth Insurance is a TAH benefits partner. Call Gary Duzan for all of your employee benefit needs. And that is a look at sports.
Thank you, Chuck. And this update brought to you by Oliver Creations right across from Glockner Honda Toyota, US 23 at the Curve.
Oliver Creations has an incredible selection of home decor and now offers boutique clothing. At Oliver Creations, you'll find Judy Blue jeans, can jeans, leggings, joggers, as well as winter shirts, sweaters, and cardigans. Oliver Creations also has an amazing selection of autographed sports memorabilia. Visit Oliver Creations, US 23 Portsmouth, across from Glockner Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. All you need is at Oliver Creations.
And your traffic is service of your friends at the Scioto River, 1024 Gouge Street. And again, the river is going to be there for the weekend to celebrate you, and they'll also come to you, too. They do love to cater at the river. All right, and again, don't try to go up Shears Hollow because it ain't open. No, they closed that up at 8 o'clock this morning. It'll be open till noon for road maintenance there. Don't try to go off any of the exits on the west side. They are all underwater. And we also have the fact that the National Weather Service has extended the flood warning to our region until Monday at 10 o'clock. So if you see something we need to know about, give us a call at 354-1993. Traffic is service of the Scioto River, open 7 days a week.
Weather is service of the Counseling Center. TCC provides behavioral health services for the entire family. And as a proud member and supporter of the community since 1981, TCC understands that the key to success is having a strong network of support. Learn more online at thecounselingcenter.org.
First alert forecast from WSAZ. Isolated showers at first, becoming a little more widespread in the afternoon, but all eyes will be on the slow rising Ohio River. A lot of backwater problems as well. Temperatures stay chilly in the 40s by day, 30s at night. The river will not crest until Sunday morning in the Portsmouth area in the low-level flood.
I'm WSAZ News Channel 3 meteorologist Brandon Butcher on the Ohio Valley's hit music channel, Mix 99.3.
And downtown